Hi, this is Jan Hogan. This is my revised tutorial on how to do a color tracing painting in Rebelle. I had some feedback from Escape Motions about my first video, so I'm making a new one incorporating the suggestions they gave me, and I thank them for that feedback. Now, when you open your Rebelle, this is the opening screen that you'll get, and you would choose your width and height and pixel size and your paper and paper color here. When you do a color trace painting, which is similar to a clone painting in Corel Painter, you should open your image first in an image editing program and get the width and height and the DPI and enter those so that your canvas size is the same as your picture size. Now I've already done that, and my picture is 704 width by 1056, which I'm entering here, and the DPI is 96. I don't recommend painting at that low DPI, but my screen capture program and Rebelle don't play well together, and my brush lags, so I've reduced the DPI size. Now, if you want to choose your paper, you click on this box here, and it'll bring up the different papers and the different colors. I'm going to cancel because I'm just going to use the default watercolor paper because I'm doing a watercolor. And now you say OK, and it sets the canvas size for you. Now you have to import a picture in order to do a color tracing, not open it. So you go to File, and you go down to Import, and you locate the photo you're going to work with. I'm using this photo of a robin taken by Hot Black, which I got from Stock Exchange, which I don't think is around anymore, and it brings the photo in, and it's the same size as the canvas. Now, if you forget to set your width and height, might not be a problem because you get these bounding boxes, so you could change, drag in, drag out, but you might still be left with blank canvas or not enough canvas. If you're left with extra canvas, you could always extend your painting out, or you could just crop it later. It's best to just get your pixel size, your picture size and pixel size right at the beginning and enter that in. The important thing is down here to click on OK, because that brings in and sets up the layer you're going to trace from. Now you go up to Layer, and you click on Tracing Layer. Then you go back to Layer, and you click on Use Color Tracing. And that sets this up as your tracing layer. And you see you get this padlock, and you cannot paint on this layer. So you need to add a new layer above, and that will be your initial painting layer. And you can add as many layers above as you want. So I would recommend you start with like an underpainting layer to get your base colors, then add another new layer for your details, maybe another layer for your background, whatever workflow you like to work in. But according to Escape Motions, you can add as many tracing layers as you want. The other thing is, you see this icon up here, the eyedropper. It's blue and white. That indicates you're in tracing mode. If you were out of tracing mode, it would be white and gray like this one is here. Alright, and now you begin. So you set your size. I'm going to take this down a bit, and you begin to pull in your colors. And you'll see over here the colors will change, and you have to keep picking up your stylus to pick up the new colors. Because if you once you put your stylus down, you'll pick the color that's there. You see, and if you pick that color and you continue without picking your stylus up to drag it all the way through, you'll just paint with that color. Now, if you forget and you do that, it's not a problem. Pick your stylus up off your tablet and put it down again in the area and bring it down, and you'll bring in the correct colors. Just keep remembering to pick it up and put it down, pick up the stylus, put it down, and you'll get your correct colors. You see you paint right over. Now, I'm going quick quickly, this is just the underpainting, and this will not be a finished painting because I don't have that amount of time on my videos in YouTube. And get your base colors in, and I'm just going along getting my underpainting. You can get your details back on another layer. And if you're watching over here, you'll see the colors keep changing as I go to different areas and get new color by picking up the stylus. Now, to check what you've painted, you go down to the image layer and turn it off, and you'll see what you've brought in already. And you can paint on this layer without the image, so you can fill in where you've missed. Maybe I'll take this up a little bit, and I'm still having some lagging. Later on, you can blend, you can add colors, but this is just to get your basic tracing information from your image in. I'm going to go larger to get the background in quickly. And I'm having lagging again. But don't worry, some good blending, maybe adding water. And give it a minute to catch up here. Now, when you want to get the image back so you can see what you're doing, just go back and click on it, it'll be there. Now I'm going to add a new layer above by clicking on Add New Layer. I'm going to reduce my size, and I'm going to start to bring in some detail. Now, if you've obscured the detail by the painting, you can turn your painting layers off, so you got your detail back and you can see what you're trying to paint. And you can get these transition areas and the eye a little better. And you just continue to bring in your detail, which I'm trying to rush through here. This is not how I would do an actual painting. Now, when you see all your painting, click back on this, and you'll see what you've got painted here. You can do some refinements. And if you want to see just the painting, again, turn the image off, and you can find your holes again. And you don't have to stay with the watercolor tool. You could pick the pencil or pen. It's probably better for details. As I said, this is just to give you an idea how to do a color tracing. Now you can add colors. This is cool. You can click on this and you turn off color tracing, and then say you could pick a color. You could adjust it in the box. If you don't like the circular display, you can switch to the linear display to pick your colors. I'm liking this one. And you can use this to add colors in. And if you want, you can, on Windows, you can hit the Alt key and sample a color, and then you could add that in. And then when you want to go back to tracing, just click on the button, and voila, you're back in color tracing, which is really cool. And then after you've got as much information as you feel you need, you're going to want to blend or add water or smear or draw in your own details. And if you're finished with tracing, you again would just click this off and you're out of tracing. If you want to blend what you've painted, you have two choices. You could just blend what's on any given painting layer. That's all the painting that's on this layer, and that's the painting that's on this layer. Or you could hold down Shift, click on all your painting layers, and click on this button to merge them into one layer. And now say if you choose Blend, you'll be merging all the paint that you've put down on the one layer. I wouldn't go to this step until I had gotten all my detail. Frankly, I would save the file in the Rebelle format to preserve all the layers, and then I would reopen it under a new version, like version 2 or something, and then I would do all of my additional work, blending, adding water, adding more details and colors. But this was just meant to give you the basic steps to get you going on how to do color trace paintings in Rebelle. I hope you enjoyed it, and thanks a lot for watching.